Thanks for having me. So I'll talk about Quizu. We built an app to help couples improve their relationship. And so the idea is we all have scars of relationship that failed. It was probably not a good fit, but things happen and we break up instead of fixing it. To be fair, that happened to me even when I dated a therapist. We couldn't figure out the way to make it work from a communication point of view. There are all just solutions and we know what we should do, but we leave it to trial and error. Half of my married friends are struggling and stigma and cost keep them away from therapy. Life comes away and we let obstacles accumulate. So what we offer is we make it easy and fun to work on your relationship, follow the lead and start achieving higher relationship satisfaction without having to stress about what and how to do it. So we already have the app built and available, and we deliver the benefits of counseling in bite-sized steps in a format that is engaging and easy to absorb. And we foster communication and connection, engaging users with gamified activities. The experience guides the user from step to step. And that slide shows the three different components, formats that we offer to the user that reinforce each other. But basically, couples progress from one step to the other, get more comfortable to share more, to communicate more, and go deeper. And each step that they perform guide them further and reinforce the next step, go for themselves and for the rest of the users, with an AI coach in the middle, guiding towards activities to do, but also doing follow-up on your live sessions with a coach. We're addressing a $20 billion market, on couples counseling and kind of self-help work for couples. And we focus on where the value proposition is the strongest. And so that's starting with couples building up their relationship, and then the people that are having an issue. And so the global therapy market is 30 billion. And if you just take these people in our core market in the US, it's 75 million potential users that we're targeting. Only 10% are probably going to a therapist for couples counseling. We are also already available in international markets. Our revenue model, we are going for a classic freemium model with a subscription around $15 per month. We currently also offer $5 per week. And the goal is to upgrade them to live sessions, but much cheaper than starting a $5,000 therapy session. Beyond the two model, we also have the view that we will add third-party product over time, because we know so much about the user that we can direct them towards third-party webinar products, or if it doesn't work, divorce lawyers. And we've been achieving a CAC fairly low of $20 per paying customer so far. So the LTV to CAC will become very, very interesting. I'll skip on the growth projections, but the market is really kind of the goal is to target Duolingo-like growth, and they already have 500 million of revenue. But our beta has shown that there's strong demand. We've been getting more than 15,000 installs, 400 paying customers, and really people engage with the product, using it day after day over a long period of time. The team, Omer and I, as our co-founder, together we've built startup, we've built multiple apps. Omer is behind apps that have been downloaded 25 million times, generating 12 million of revenue with their app. But we also have advisors, Yushi on the therapy side, S on the AI coaching expert, but we also have ex-CMO of Bumble and one of the founder of Nooms that has been kind of giving us advice. So the Quizu is basically a journey that helps you improve your relationship at any stage, at your own pace. And to show you people, whether it's users, therapists, or business people are, hey, it's needed. People just don't know how to do it. And I'll share with you one of our top couples. You can see over 2.5 months how often they answered questions with each other on different topics and diving and questions that they would usually not feel comfortable asking themselves, but they are happy to learn the answer of the other. And I'll stop after this, but this is an example of a conversation that the users had with our AI coach, really going deep, sharing what's happening in their life, getting feedback, getting clarity about what's going on. So I'll stop a bit before the 6 minutes, but let me know if you have specific questions.
Yeah, I mean, great presentation. I really, I mean, look, your authority, the way you present. I mean, you obviously know your information. You're a multi-founder. I understand that. All I would say in this, for me, again, if it was a teaser deck or an intro deck, if I was reading it, I feel like all the data's there, and when you present it, it all comes out very, very eloquently, beautifully. It feels a little too busy to me. So I think like I wrote down the TAM slide, the model slide. Again, awesome information in there, but I want to see it pop more, right? Maybe there's 1 or 2 or 3 things on the page, or 2 things on the page that, if I open that page and I saw it, it's like, boom, I would really, it would drive me to that information. So that's really it. I mean, I really like the way you present. The tone is fantastic. I mean, You obviously know your information, and really, really great job.
Yeah, good work, Bastien, for sure. I almost think you guys should do problem solution team, just so, because then I'm going into it and it kind of flips how I'm thinking about your presentation, to be honest. And then you'll surprise me with the traction at the end, because you guys obviously have a lot of credibility. The problem sounds really interesting, but it took me a while to like believe that the solution could work, right? And so I think there were some missed opportunities. Like when I saw the visual with the app, I was like, what's going on, right? I mean, like, and then that kind of speaks to, I think, the business of the deck. But I would just pick maybe one or two screens that can help me within like 3 seconds, as someone that doesn't understand how the app works, really feel what's happening there, right? For when let's say this couple interacts with the experience. Otherwise, I mean, good work in the presentation. Again, you've raised 3 million before, so you know what you're doing. But I think there's just some opportunity to create clarity in communicating how through this experience you can really start create an alternative to for solving this really big problem, which is conflict between couples. If a therapist, because there's a lot of people that might not want to go to a therapist, right? So this could be a great like first step that they take. So the opportunity is clear. But I want to really get, that's the thing that's missing for me, is I really want to feel like, well, how does this actually solve the problem? If I'm having a problem with my partner, will I actually log into this app and use it? Like, why would I want to do it, right? So there's just maybe some more color you could add during your pitch to convince me as an investor that this is a viable solution. The traction speaks to it. 10,000 installs, 400 people paying for it. So the traction proves it ultimately, but I just want to feel it a little bit more during the pitch itself. Okay.
This is for all of you doing AI pitches. Please listen carefully. Anybody who's doing AI. I heard a quote, AI is the fastest depreciating asset in startup country because of the amount of money, the stupid valuations, everything like that. Like it is, these large language models is like a race to the bottom right now. It's scary what's happening in the AI territory. When you are pitching something with AI, you really have to bring the sauce and you have to explain how yours has a unique data set, leverages an LLM and confuses it all together. So requirements for an AI pitch are substantially increasing because the number, like we are in a complete bubble right now and you have to work really hard. And that's what was missing. You can't just add AI. AI washing is what I call it. You just can't add AI right now and expect people to go, that's amazing. You're so differentiated. You have to go in and explain the AI. So a little more explanation. You totally missed the opportunity in your growth and your traction. You had all this data, just like Greg said, it was so busy. If you just would have shown a growth graph of users, that's it. Don't put your financial projections. You know, we don't need to see that right now. And guess what? 10% every week, new signups, growth, week over week, or we saw this spike when we did this, and just show your growth. Don't put it in a big monolithic number. Investors don't like to see that. Here's the opportunity for everybody to explain it. So this is what I would do. If I was in Bastien's shoes, I tell the story kind of before and after is really what I do. So I would say, here's Jack and Jill. Right? And they get into a fight, like 48% of couples do. And this is what they would normally do. And they've tried to go to counseling, they tried to do this, and they tried to do that, and it didn't work, and it keeps going. And it's expensive. Now, with our solution, they log in, they get asked 200 questions, and they start having conversation with each other, and that's how it's different. One of the best ways to demonstrate is to show a before our solution and after our solution to give everybody that empathy again. So it may not be your story like we had in Dr. Schuber's the last time, but it is a story. It is a user story that you can begin to share. And that would have been so powerful because it was all in there. I could actually see the story, but it was all broken up by these different busy slides and all this stuff, right? So normally I don't like a wall of text slide, but the fact that you showed that whole conversation and that we logged this conversation, I dig it. Maybe a few highlights and what they said out there. And then you could surprise people at the end with traction. Your traction strong, I would put it up front. Problem, solution, market, and guess what? We already have 10,000 users using it, and this is our growth. So it's just a few different ways that you can approach it, make it fit into your story. But I can also see the argument of telling the story, and then guess what? 10,000 users are using it, and you want to get on the train with us. It's a huge opportunity. All right, Bastien?
Okay, great. Thanks.